Okay, so today we are going to make this kind of classic look of lantern using a grease pencil and deep paint. So I have a pictures picked up from the Pinterest and I will use as a reference. So I have this scene, but I will start with deleting this box. But as a basic shape of this lantern, I will use cylinder. I can draw by grease pencil, but maybe cylinder is easier to start with. So Shift A and bring this mesh and cylinder here. And open up this left bottom corner box, and the vertex is set to 32, but I will change it to 6. So it looks like hexagon shape, and I will pick the bottom vertex and then make it smaller, something like this. So I will use this one as a basic shape of lantern here, right? So to make these kind of details, I will just use the grease pencil from now on. Hit E and add blank. So I have this grease pencil object, but I will change the view from the right view, and then I will start to draw the shape. So I have a ink pen again, and then I will take this one off, and let's make this type of shape here, right? And then hit E, and this time I will use GP to mesh line. So this means it's a mesh, but it's a line here. And if you open up the deep, and there's a modifier called a screw. If you look at here, and if you hit this one, it's going to screw on this Z-axis to get this shape. But then I will set the 6 again and screw it. So this time it's going to match to the basic shape of this bottom shape, right? And then I can just shade smooth by angle, so certain angle gets more sharper here, right? And then let's check from the right view again and do the same thing. Hit E and add blank, and I'll just make something, I don't know, something similar, something more simple like this, and then hit E and mesh line again, and then use this screw. So I have this type of shape here, right? So this is already looking like a lantern shape, but I will add this kind of decorations using a grease pencil, and hit E and add blank. So let's try something like this here. Yeah, so I got this shape, but I want to sculpt this one, and go to sculpt mode here, and then I will use this thickness tweak of sculpting tool, and then I will just make it thick some place and thinner, so it's more kind of random thickness. And I can move around to make more proper shape, right? And then hit E, and this time I can go GP to line mesh here. So I have a mesh here, right? So the default is set to very low res, But if you want to make it more smoother shape, there's a modifier. I can hit round mesh, round subdivide, and there's also a shortcut Shift D, Control D, and round sub D. Yeah, so it's more smooth here, right? Yeah, so now I can copy it, and there's a tool in utility called a spin. So let's just hit this one here. So this one's going to spin the geometry onto this z-axis, and it's already set to count 6 by default. If you want to make it many, you can do that, something like this, but 6 is a good number for this one. And yeah, I think this is good. We can always tweak the shape later by the sculpting brush, but I will just keep it like this for now. And next I will add some other shape from right view, and the same thing from E and add blank, and then just similar shape here, and hit E and line mesh, and the apply. Yeah, before that maybe I can sculpt again. A little bit to make it more interesting, and then line mesh, and I will just spin this one here. Right, and I can do more detail. Let's just do pretty random shape, but we can screw this one, screw from here, and we can add more on top. Yeah, so now it's more interesting, I think. And this is kind of pretty perfect look of copy, but we can tweak around later, so just leave it as is. And yeah, let's change the color here from random, so it's more visible, easy to view. And then I'm gonna add more like this decoration with the grease pencil. Hit E and add blank, but this time I want to draw onto the surface here, right? So hit S and change it to surface, and having a little bit offset, and I'm going to draw like this, maybe easier by material view, and yeah, I'm not sure, something interesting like this. It's not too bad, I guess. And you can sculpt. Yeah, so this is not too bad. And hit E, I will change it to mesh. So I've got this mesh here. It's a bit noisy, maybe. I can do that by decimate. Here, I'll just check the wireframe. Right? Yeah, so it's more smooth. And then I can have a rounds have the, so it's more smoother, I guess. Now I have this one panel here. I can do same thing to spin this guy and hit like this. So it's copied 6 times here, right? So now it's getting more interesting. I can go more crazy to have more detail, but I'll just keep it simple for now. Yeah, so I can call this one's kind of ready, but I want to have this type of hanging, I don't know what it calls, but I'll just draw this guy from the right view again, and hit E and add blank, right? So let's see if I can do well. I'll just try something like this, and let me check some other shape. Yeah, so I think this one's we have a wall, and that's not quite right. Yeah, it's a bit hard, but yeah, so really random, but I'm just trying to make it interesting. And yeah, maybe this is not too bad. And same thing, I can make it more random thickness by sculpt tool here, right? So it's more organic feel to it, right? You can click shift and scrub the stroke, and you get more smoother. It's a bit hard to see, but yeah, anyway. So I got this shape, and then hit E and line mesh. Yeah, so it's not too bad. There's some places a bit too thin, but it's kind of hand-drawn feel, I think. So maybe this is fine. I will do something like this to connect. But you know, I had this surface turned on, so change it to this. So it's in the origin. Now I will do the same thing here to make it mesh, right? Yeah, so I think this one's getting more interesting. And yeah, let's have some this thingy from the side view, maybe front view this time, and I'll draw on the side. Yeah, something like this. And then this time I will use GP to fill mesh, so it's a flat surface, and I can have some vertex with Control D, and the codifies may be good. Yeah, so I have more vertex. It's maybe too much, so I can decimate a bit like this. Okay, so I'm going to change it to face mode, and then grab all face by A, hitting A, and extrude forward, right? And maybe extrude forward again, and make it smooth, small. Oops. Yeah, so I got this type of shape here. Yeah, I can try to decimate even more and codify and the decimate. Yeah. Right, so I'm gonna add a bit more detail, hitting E and add blank, but this time I would draw onto the surface, and it's a little hard to see, but just do something like this, and hit E and the line mesh. I'll just place it more forward. Yeah, I think this is not too bad. And I can join this guy by hitting this one, and then click this guy to make it center pivot, and then I can rotate, hit out, Z-axis 180, and then I can move it here. Maybe make it thinner. Yeah. So I think this is not too bad. I need more vertex because I'm going to paint by vertex. So for this guy, I will do same thing. Maybe hit triangulation, subdivide, decimate, something like this. So I have more vertex here, right? And same thing. Yeah, I'll do just subdivide and decimate. I hit subdivide. Yeah. Subdivide one more time and decimate. So kind of even vertex we have here. Maybe this is too much. You don't want to go too much because it gets too heavy. But then using the decimate, you can make it less vertex here. I can do same thing. Hit D, subdivide, subdivide one more time, and decimate. Yeah, so we have good enough, good amount of the vertex here. Now, I will just apply the DPM and hit DPM here. And let's go to the render view. So we have something like this. And let's put some background. And from global setting and add world. So now we have a white background. Yeah, I'm gonna just apply some color. I can just grab everything, but not the grass geometry, except that one. And then I can just put the black, but maybe make it a little bit brownish, darker color. So we have this one. The sun is coming from the left, but I can move this sun and rotate to make it more interesting, I think. By the way, you can change the shadow size from 2K to 4K, so it gets more sharper. Right, so we have like this one here, and let's paint some vertex color to make more random. if you want to paint together, you need to have it as a one geometry. So I can just grab this one and then, oops, yeah, you cannot join this one because it's by the modifier geometry based spin, but we can apply it first from here, mesh apply, and send to this one, mesh apply. So now it's one object I can join. So let's grab this one here, except the glass and the hit join. Oops, I didn't do this guy. Mesh apply again, and the now hit join. So now it's one object here, right? And now if you go to vertex paint mode, I can paint all together here. I can change the color. So it's more watercolor film. You can shift and scrub the surface. You can blur it, and some area gets maybe rusty, yellow rusty look, or maybe more reddish. Yeah, just try to make interesting, I guess. It's maybe too bright. Yeah, I'll just join this guy here, and now can paint this one too. Can join this one as well. Yeah, so it's one object, and the vertex paint, and yeah, you can just paint this one here, maybe some green. Yeah, so now it's kind of ready. I want to have a bit of an outline. Let's do it with this guy here. So you see a little bit of outline. It's a bit hard to see because it's the original color is a bit dark. So I can make it white. And yeah, just trying to make it a little bit light look. I'm hitting Control and the paint. But anyway, so this outline, also you can make it thicker if you want to, or random. You can hit this guy so that it's going to affect just the outline. Yeah, same thing. You don't really see, so maybe I don't need it. Yeah. So now it's kind of interesting. Let's apply some different material to the glass. Instead of the DPM, I want to add the let's go to the material and delete this DPM and hit new, and I want to apply glass. So now it's black because nothing to reflect, I should say, and I need to ray trace this one here, and I'll put the roughness down. Now you see something reflecting because I'm in the material view that has this HDR image, but it's not refracting at the moment, it's just a reflection. And you can apply it. For some reason, Blender, you have to check this one. In the global setting, I have this reflection button. So now it's reflecting the background, right? So, but if you view from the render view, it is still black because nothing is refracting at the moment. But if you place this sky paint geometry, if you hit this one, now it's white. This sky is this one. It's just a white big sphere. So now it's sphere is refracting, right? So it's more interesting, I guess. Some area gets too dark, and there's a way to change the color. Go to global setting, and this world light, and just place a bit of color, just very tiny bit, and now you can get away from the pure black. I can go even smaller. Yeah. So now it's more interesting. I can have some geometry inside. Let's have some candle, and from the solid view, and yeah, some reason. Okay, so just let's hide the sky, and let's go to the front view, or actually right view, and maybe some candle shape here, super random, rough, and I can spin this one, screw I should say. So I have this geometry, and for this guy, you can just apply DPM, and put the sky back. Oops. So I have it in the center. You can have some different color, but just leave it like this, maybe. Yeah. So this is more interesting, but the glass is just pure flat surface, but I can add some noise to it from the shading. Yeah. And I'd like to apply some noise. So Shift A and the type noise, and there's a noise texture. You can view it from Control Shift and left button. It's a bit hard to see, there's a bit of a noise. And you can, anyway, yeah, let's just view with a current ramp and search for the ramp. And you can pipe this one to change the contrast. So you have this noise. I can change the scale by here, but then I want to use it as a bump. So Shift A and bump, search for the bump, And I'm gonna plug this one. Actually, I'm gonna grab this factor to height, and I will plug this normal to normal, and then Control Shift left button, and it takes a bit of time. But now I have a noise bumped. The strength is too strong, so make it a little bit small. So now I have this one maybe even smaller. It's a bit glossy look, but I think it's kind of interesting look, I guess. Yeah, so now we have this. I can have a bit more color. Yeah, I mean, you can paint more later, but I have this lampshade, maybe lantern. This piece is a bit thick. Yeah. But now it's a little bit perfect shape because we copied by spin and spin the perfect place. But I want to distort this one by selecting these one together and select one of the vertex here, but with the proportional edit checked, and changing the size, you can change it from here to, but if you have a wheel mouse, you can rotate to make it bigger. And then I want to distort it so it's going to be imperfect shape. This is a bit too much. So now it's getting more interesting. There's also displacement modifier. If you do this, it's going crazy, but bring the length, strength down, and amplitude higher. You can use this one too to displace. So using the proportional edit and some displacement will make it more interesting shape. Okay. Yeah. But you know the background is pure white, so the refraction is not too interesting. So I'd like to paint some sky. But you see here this button, by default you cannot pick up, you cannot select, but if you click this one, now you can select it, and then using a vertex paint to have some background, or make it I'm just randomly painting. Yeah, so I have a little bit of a color, the background. Yeah, so it's more a little bit interesting. But also you can put some color to the glass, and You can change to be green, maybe. Yeah, so that's other way making interesting. You can also go to the shading, and you can apply the vertex color to the color by having a vertex paint mode and the right mouse button. So there's a already attribute here, right? And if you hit add node, you can add node to the material, and then you can pipe this one to color. But you don't have a color at the moment, but you can paint vertex, so you can make interesting color if you want. So I think that's more interesting. Here, guess if you don't want to cast a shadow from this glass, you can go to material and then shadow mode to none. So you see more geometry inside because it's not casting shadow. I'm gonna pick this candle, or maybe add some sphere, but this time apply the material, but apply emission, so it's just a pure white, and place it inside, and I can make it brighter with the strongest value in here. Where did it go? This one, and a bit of color, I guess. So I have light inside the glass, and I can apply some bloom effect hitting this one, so it's a bit glowy feel to this light. Yeah, it's maybe quite bright, but I think it's okay. This bloom is coming from this render setting, and you can change the intensity or radius mode setting to tweak. But anyway, we have a light that is a bit glowing feel. Yeah, I think it's coming along, and then let's just put some blur onto the background. Yeah, I think that's kind of ready. And yeah, if you don't want to select this background by accident, you can check this one off. So now you can focus on the color. You can go crazy with the look if you want to. Yeah, you can spend your time to make it more interesting. And yeah, so I think this was getting ready. And maybe I can call it finished. Yeah, so I think that's it, how I make the classic look of lantern by grease pencil. Thank you for watching.